Not frozen.
No reads.
Borderline already.
Borderline very cold first time.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have a bit of an update. The last two vlogs completely flopped. Badly. And so it's become clear to me that my brother is washed, and he will never feature on a thumbnail again. Instead, this vlog is about Ademola, a man looking to dig himself out of a three-figure downswing against some of the best players in London. And Cal, who is eternally optimistic. First hand of the night sees Ademola go heads up to river with Cal, who's continued to call his barrels both pre-flop, on the flop, and on the turn. But why does he look like an unlocked character? Before the start of the night, each player was given a card. 8 of which were superpowers, like this or like this, and 1 was a forfeit. The beanie and ski mask I had nothing to do with.
Right, I'm going to use mine first hand.
This man has no impulse control, I swear to God. But it does mean he can ask Ademola 2 questions that he has to answer honestly.
Do you have a jack?
No.
Do you have an ace?
Yeah.
And he also takes his goggles off first time. Fucking smashed it.
It's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed.
On Ademola. 250. After bleeding chips for the last half hour, Ademola decides he's had enough. Sure, ace-10 off is a loose shove pre-flop, but when it's your first bullet and you're short-stacked, it's really not the worst. The 18 quid's enough to push the rest of the boys out the hand, but not this guy.
The most heinous pun by Cool.
Can we see cards, please?
Okay.
I'm on that.
Oh, I don't want to show
They run it twice, and despite a brief scare on the second run out... Oh! Ademola holds on both to scoop what is yet another gift from Cal.
About such good sweat. Where the clubs at?
Despite Cal's philanthropy, the next hour or so wasn't quite as smooth sailing for Ademola.
Which has nothing to do with what he's reporting, he's a German. And then he
As Sam sniffs out his 20 quid river bluff before breaking it down.
I thought he floated the flop.
Fantastic analysis. Barely 10 minutes later, Ademola fires yet another 20 quid river bet, which once again gets called. Except this time he's not bluffing and takes down this 70 quid pot with the king high flush. Nice hand though. The next couple hours pass by with not a whole lot of action. Small pots here and there, but nothing really worth recording. Fuck!
Fucking hell, was a nuts.
This pot was a little different. Let's rewind. With Marcus and Asa in the blinds and Ben putting the straddle on, Ademola decides to open it up to 150 with 10-3 suited. I guess I must have missed that in the pre-flop charts. Shelley and Asa make the call, and so they go 3 ways to a flop that comes ace-5-5 rainbow. As the pre-flop aggressor, this ace-high low paired board should favour Ademola. And so when Asa checks it over to him, he continues to tell the story, and fires out a big c-bet of 4 quid into 5. Shelley calls. Asa also calls. Yep, just wrap it up, bro, no one believes you. And Ademola seems to recognise this, because when Asa checks it over to him on the 4 of diamonds turn, he waves the white flag and checks it too. Shelley checks behind, and so we go to a river that sparks carnage. Yep, that is the 2 of clubs, which means Ademola has just gone runner for a straight. Whether he can get paid, though, is a different question. Or perhaps not. Having checked it over at the previous 2 streets, Asa now leads out on the river for 13 quid, giving Ademola the decision to either call or raise. But honestly, I feel like there's only really one option. Against a less than pot-sized bet, and given the passive action on the turn, Ademola decides his backdoored straight is simply far too good to just call with. So after mulling it over for quite some time, he bumps it up to 30 quid.
Oh shit, guys, we got a big one.
And it's about to get even bigger.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, Shelley has just moved all in for 45 quid.
Guys, this is like probably one of the biggest pots we've had in terms of action. What the fuck?
Over to Acer now, who, after giving us a sweat, reluctantly lets go of his flop trips.
Yeah, I know what I do.
But needing to call just 15 more quid to win a 3-figure pot, Ademla simply can't get away. So he makes the call and sees the bad news. Shelley shows ace-5 off for the flop boat to send Ademla to the gulag as karma for playing that absolute trash.
Been punished for playing dog shit.
Fuck, why did he call the flop?
I'm not gonna hit a straight on the river.
Reeling from what can only be described as a well-deserved cooler, Ademla finds himself in yet another big pot soon after. This time, against Marcus. Cash out before you crash out's biggest crusher this year.
Tell us what it's like to play against him live.
It's a nightmare.
Once again, I don't have the footage pre-flop, so you'll have to make do with this. After Marcus opens it up to ATP, Sam makes the call, at which point Ademla then makes a somewhat speculative call behind with 7-2 suited. Reddy gets out the way, before Shelley then opts to 3-bet out the big blind and bumps it up to 4 quid. Marcus makes the call, and Sam, getting good odds with a suited Broadway, also wants in. But Ademla, of course, makes the flop. 4 ways to a flop they go, which comes about as good as Ademla could have hoped for. 2-10-5, 2 spades, sees him flop a flush draw and a pair. So when the action checks round to him, he decides to bet out for 5 quid. Shelley's not prepared to let go of his pair just yet, so flicks in the call. At which point Marcus then comes along with the check raise to 15 quid. Over now to Sam.
Wait, are you in a, do you want to show the vlog?
It's an interesting spot for Sam here, holding top with the backdoor nut flush draw. But given the action and with the Ademla acting behind, he decides he's simply no good.
Ademla bet, Shelley calls, Marcus re-raised to 15.
I think he was quite happy about that fold.
Wait, do you want to show now?
After Sam's done with his show and tell, Ademla decides to fast play his flush draw and moves all in for 42 quid. Shelley of course makes the fold, but Marcus doesn't and snaps him off immediately.
One time. How much?
What for it? You got flush draw? I got 10.
This cheeky little shit. I mean, technically he's not lying. Marcus shows pocket tens for the stone cold nuts, and now we're off to the run out.
Good luck.
Ademla scoops.
When people say poker's more luck than skill, this is probably what they mean. Somehow, this criminal has taken down a 3-figure pot with one of the worst hands in poker, leaving Marcus to rue what could have been.
Ademla, would you agree that it's better to be lucky than good?
I'm both.